Hello my wonderful people, welcome to my platform. If it's your first time and you like what you see, please subscribe and put on your notification bell. It is very important because it will enable you to know when I upload a new video. I upload video on daily basis on what is happening across the globe, especially in Nigeria and in Biafran land. Do you know what? Abumada Biafra. Yes, I am a Biafran woman and I'm very proud to be a Biafra. I can never deny my identity. So before I do it, I analyze the video, I sit down there to watch it together with you. And I also want to seize this opportunity to appreciate those that I always use their program in my channel. I appreciate you. I give you all credit. Ibo ndị ọma na-ege ntị, ndị ọma njem ọnụ, ndị na-enene ihe onyonyo a ekene m unu, ka ọ dịrị unu niile na mma, ka Chukwu gọzie unu. As we hop into today's video, you are free to criticize, leave your opinion. Let us do it in a respectful and constructive manner. Remember,
for some time, we've been expressing difficulty. I've been seeing our clients. A few weeks ago, our lawyers we are kind of terrified and embarrassed. We are kind of stripped naked in the course of during the visit to our client. So I'm saying this with every sense of honesty and sincerity. Lawyers were subjected to inhuman treatment. They were searched as if they were searching criminals with incriminating object or substance. They were not allowed to move in to usual convenient conventional way you just visit our client. They were asked to remove their shoes. They were subjected to all forms of frisking and search. They were asked to remove their watch, their belts, their wristwatch, the bangles, then their ties too. So these are things we were asked to remove right inside the offices. So, and at the point of now trekking to where you are supposed to meet our client, people, the onlookers will see you as people who are being investigated. We see as common criminals who are usually brought in to our department for investigation. So this treatment has been ongoing, at least for 3 consecutive times we visited. So before the last visit of Thursday, our partner from US came, Bruce Friend came. So, and of course, we have taken it a step further by notifying the DSS about the persons who are coming to visit before time, each time we're going to visit, because that actually is not part of the order of court. But we are doing that to make sure that we have records, and also they have records of people who are coming to visit him. So we notify them at least 48 hours or thereabout before the date of visit. So we've done it. We did it in the case of Bruce Friend. That we notified him, the authority that are coming there with, is coming there with me to visit the client, his clients, whom he has been representing in US. So only for us, and also I want him to use that opportunity to also observe what we are passing through in the hands of the service. Which apparently suggests in the circumstance that our client will not get a fair trial in the trial. So otherwise, unless it's removed from that department. So though we have an application before the court for him to be taken to a conventional place where we have access to him, prepare for his trial, and also proceed in court. So, but on Thursday, we are there, and in line with the protocols, they were informed that we are around to see our client. Only for after a few minutes, somebody came to see us panting. Obviously, it was apprehensive of the fact that they are scouting for an excuse to give us. So all written over him. So he now told us that people who are to receive us, person who are to receive us, has gone on a special assignment, and as such we can't visit our clients today. So this is another of court. We're not visiting our client on Mondays and Thursdays at the discretion of the SSS. That is not the position. The position that the court has given an order that we should visit him Mondays and Thursdays. And there is nothing whatsoever that will stop us from doing this, complying with this order of court. So anything short of that will amount to breach of order of court, which they did deliberately in the circumstance. However, we have taken steps to inform the court, communicate the court about development on Thursday, and also we have also activated the judicial process towards ensuring that people who are found culpable in this regard are charged for contempt of court, because it's clear contempt of court. So court made an order directed how to see, when and how to see the client. yeah, it's not within your rights, within your discretion to tell us that someone who is to receive us on this day to see our client is not there to receive us. After we have them in their numbers there who are serving there. And as a matter of fact, let it be mentioned here or pointed out here that we haven't been received by one person during the course of this visit. No, they have many of them there who can receive us and also take us to our client to have a chat with him. Particularly when this matter is fast, the date for hearing is fast approaching. So, and also, against the backdrop of the fact that his lawyer from US is here to see him. So, and remember the order of court says that lawyers will be allowed access to him, including his relatives. So, that's such a we found ourselves.
Now, has this been happening? Remember, you know, for clarity for viewers watching us, the moment the court made that order, that is Justice Binta Nyako, that was not obeyed immediately. Is that correct?
Sure, it wasn't obeyed.
Okay.
Not totally. Let me correct an impression because this shouldn't be the first time it's happened. The court made an order on a Monday, being 26th of July, 2021, stipulating the manner in which to be seen we visit our client. So, and parties were there. When I'm talking about parties, I mean lawyers for the federal government, lawyers for the defendant, and also representatives of the SSS were also there when the guideline was agreed upon. The court proceeded to even write something, scribble something down and give it. So I cannot say that we are not informed. Now, on Thursday was the date we went for visit. Thursday should be apparently 29th, right? 29th of July. We went for visit. On that day, we are turned back. We are asked to go and fight officially to the DGSSS. So, and we didn't hesitate in approaching court.
Why were you turned back? Is it that the DSS was not aware that the court made that order, or that they have actually that they are above the law?
In all fairness to them, the personnel of the DSS, I mean, in this case, I mean the legal permit, confirmed to us on that day that they were aware of this order of court. They confirmed to us they were aware. But as it stands now, we should go back and formally write to the DSS. So, okay, if you are aware of this order of court, why do you expect us now to write again? You said we were informed, you were briefed about what the court said on the guideline for visiting our client. Then why asking us to go back again and write? Then we'll have to go back to the court immediately after we left the place. 5 from 48 and 7 of them. So upon the receipt of 448, that was when they did NAFOs and asked us to come back on Monday. So we decided to suspend the process since they've asked us to come back on Monday to visit our client. So now, what happened on Thursday now has activated the entire process, which we are also on it now.
Is there anything that happened in between the time you've been visiting your client that would warrant? Because anybody watching now will think, you know, this is entirely unacceptable for something like this to happen, that lawyers will now be stripped down like criminals being taken into prison before they could go see their client. Was there anything that suggests that there could be an incident that happened that may have warranted this level of treatment to lawyers?
I can confirm to you now, Mazi, that nothing whatsoever has happened. Now, for the records, from the first day we started visiting our client till they introduced the style of treating us like criminals before seeing him, we are usually being subjected to search. Of course, they will search us before having a meeting, seeing him. They will search us. They will ask us to look at, check our pockets, search us roundly. But we're not complaining about it. It's normal protocol. We're not worried about the fact that they're searching us. Even the search has been on before.
In this meeting, the DS officers, are they normally around when these meetings occur, or they just leave you guys in a room?
No. They will search us first of all. They will make sure we're okay. They will search everything what we're wearing. When we are wearing shoes, they will make sure we'll search your clothes, search your trousers and everything, which is normal. And allow us, it's a lawyer-client discussion. It shouldn't be there. And allow us to have a discussion with him as to the strategies we're adopting in his case. It shouldn't be there. Without going to a small room, whether that room is we're going to a small room and have a meeting with him. Simple, nothing more. And they've not at any point in time found in us any form of object, either paper or anything suggesting that we have compromised the security of the place, not whatsoever. But they've been regularly subjected us to searching. Normally, and we're not complaining. You've not had anybody of us complain about that because it's normal. But asking us to remove our slippers, remove our shoes, ties, our wristwatch, and reduce us to the rank of criminals. It's what we find as intolerable and unacceptable as lawyers. So we've not seen this before. We've not witnessed this before, and I don't think it should be the height of embarrassment. It should be height of embarrassment. Yeah.
Now, if something like this will happen to you and your other colleagues who have involved in this case, what do you do? I mean, have the family members been able to see him in DSS custody? Were they also subjected to this level of search?
No, the first time the junior brother came visited him, I went there with him, and he was routinely searched in line with their protocol, not what we are seeing today. So, and we saw his brother. We had a meeting with, we have a discussion with him, general discussion with him, and left. Nothing more. So, and since they introduced this style of stripping us down and all whatnot, so I don't think nobody has come. None of them has come around, apart from what happened on Thursday when I went there with Bruce friend who came all the way from US to see his client.
And I mean, a couple of weeks back, I had with Chede of Worship Media, I had an interview with Bruce Finn where he announced that he was going to come. In that interview, I did, raise, I mean, as usual, because listen, we have seen a lot of things happen in this government that nothing is off the hook. That, I said, well, in terms of his security, which is personally most paramount. Now, I think he's indeed a brave man. He braved it. He's here, and you people went. You said on Thursday to see his client, and the DSS still denied you access of seeing him. Is that correct?
Sure. Yes.
So their excuse, if I understand the interview you had yesterday in your office with Sowore, which Sowore helped us stream live. Again, mention about Sowore, I would say may the soul of his brother rest in peace. He tweeted this morning that his brother was killed by suspected headsmen when he was leaving. Yeah, I've rang him twice. I haven't. He didn't pick. I assume he's obviously going to be busy. But again, may the soul of his brother rest in peace. And that's a biological younger brother. That's very well. In a very terrible condition as we speak. But having said that, in that interview yesterday, it was said that the reason they gave was that there was no one to go escort you people to go see him. What manner of excuse is that? Do you have one person dedicated to doing this, or couldn't anybody who is there escort you to go see your client?
Well, the only question begging for answer at this point in time is one thing. One, we have been visiting our clients. We've gone there regularly to see him. What they have to answer you, if you can ask them or call them, has there been any occasion when a person, an individual, receives us? The answer is no. From the office, during the course of seeing our client. Not one individual, not even two, not three. Will be being received by different persons, not even one. So we've been being received by a different person. 1, 2, 3, 4 different persons have been receiving us. So in this case, they told us that the individual who's supposed to receive us went on a special assignment. So I don't want to, of course, the excuse is not more or less ridiculous. So I want to go into the merit or otherwise. Of course, they are trying to scouting for something to tell us to go. That's all. So, but let's wait and see what happened on Monday. Because we're going back on Monday.
Okay, so you're going back on Monday to see him.
Sure.
And
sure.
Fingers crossed. Obviously, that excuse, because if they come up with another excuse, it will now be very obvious, even visible to the blind and audible to the deaf.
Sure.
Now,
I will not have any apart from this 10th of 29th of July, 2000, where denied all access to him. I don't think afterwards we've been having seen him. We've been once come, we feel they will notify them about our president. They will call them and allow us in, take us and search us. And we're going normal usually. We never had any concern. We never have any challenge. Visiting him, discussing with him, seeing him before, since then, and afterwards.
You have made an application in the court. Sorry, you made an application. You've made an application to the court for your clients to be moved to Kuje prison. Now, when is that hearing for that matter coming up? And why? You know, obviously there is no decision that will be made until the court says otherwise that your client should be moved to Kuje prison.
Of course, you know the matter is adjourned to October 21st for hearing, and these are pending applications the court will dispose of before going into the substantive trial. So once that court anytime court seat, if court seat or not before then, that should be the first application court to entertain, because it's very compelling in the circumstance we presently find ourselves. Because if that is not taken and probably rule entertain on the merit, I don't think it will affect a number of things we are doing in court, particularly our relationship with our client as regards to where it's being presently kept. Because if you don't have access to him, if you cannot have briefs with him, as in pre-trial conference with him, under a polite environment, that means he cannot be effectively defended. So he can't be interviewed under an atmosphere of fear and intimidation. That's not, it can't happen. I can assure you it can't happen. There's no trial will go on under that kind of environment. That it cannot happen. I can assure you. Because as far as concerned, Nnamdi Kanu has not been convicted. He's still presumed innocence in the eyes of law. So he's entitled to all facilities available to him to prepare for a trial. That's what the Constitution says. The Constitution, which they are still respecting and observing today. So if they cannot allow him benefit to have the benefit of this provision of the Constitution, that means no trial will go on. I can say that to the whole world at this point in time.
Okay, so but before I allow you go, I know you are very busy. I know that other things, as you told me, that is happening around you. But before I allow you go, it would be unfair to have the privilege of bringing on this platform, and without you telling millions of people watching and those that were watching after this program, what is the state of health and state of mind of your client?
Well, I will first of all address the state of health, but state of mind is firm, stable. Firm, stable. Firm, stable. State of mind, firm, stable. Then now, coming to state of health, we are privy to the fact, which is now is now within the public domain, that he was abducted in Kenya, kept in an environment, unconventional environment, taken to a private residential apartment, where he was subjected to all forms of inhuman treatment, torture. They inflicted him with all sort of injuries in his body. So he's still yet to recover from that, from the injuries inflicted on him and torture he underwent. Now, he's still being subjected to torture today. I can confirm that to you.
Hold on here. You mean as he sees today, he's still being subjected to physical torture?
Yeah. No, I mean, he's still being subjected to torture. Okay. So call it mental torture in the circumstance. Okay. Because he is being kept in a place he doesn't have access to anybody. He's there alone. He doesn't watch television. He doesn't have somebody to interact with. And he's still on treatment. I may make sense to you. So yes. It's still on treatment. So that's why we are asking the court to make an order. Because we're in court now. We have found applications to that effect. For an advanced medical, we're going for an advanced medical attention to be given to him. We want experts to come and thoroughly examine him and understand what actually happened to this man. Because we need to know. So we shouldn't rely on the record. We shouldn't rely on the medical record being given to us by the DSS. No, the answer is no. We need an independent medical expert to give him attention, overhaul him medically. Then let us know the state of his health. Because somebody may be sick, you will not know. You'll be looking at him and be chatting with him, you tell you everything is okay, you may not know. Until when independent person now go through him and also examine him professionally, the person will now have probably a different view about his medical state of health. I would mean. So that's application before the court now. So
sorry, go ahead. Conclude your thought.
I mean the application is before the court now. It's part of the occasion we have before the court, awaiting the court for announcement on that. So because we want that to be done like yesterday. We want that to be done like yesterday. We want a medical expert. He has a number of experts who are managing him before he was abducted. So at least one person should be allowed to have access to him and examine him. Let's have the medical history of what happened to him. This man nearly died in the hands of people, criminals that abducted him. And it's worse still that he's still being subjected to an environment that exposes him to dangers. So these are things we should understand. And until when an independent person, medical expert, examine him, we can now confirm to the world that Nnamdi Kanu is perfectly healthy and healthy. I would mean now. So
I perfectly understand, but again, health, they say, is wealth. If I understand the application you have made, which is standard, and that should be done. He should be moved to facility where he should have unfettered access. But before, because obviously we are still in Nigeria, we everything haven't started working the way they ought to. Now, if bearing all these things in mind, is it not possible to have these medical experts, even it means going into the DSS facility as of today, and do these things you are still, or if there are any concern, hopefully it's not going to be late until the court decide he comes into prison before they can come in. So can't this be done now rather than later?
Well, as it stands now, we have taken a number of steps I may not like to discuss in public in that regard, and because we can't do anything without reference to court. Of course, you understand how the system works here. So, and once the court is not involved formally in anything you're asking them to do, they will find a excuse. They will have a regular excuse to give you. So, we have taken some steps I may not like to discuss in the public domain for the public. So, and I believe in the course of time that I'll make some things public. I believe in the course of time I'll make it public when necessary. But now, as it's now, I will leave it as it is. So, regarding the efforts we're making to get an expert to examine him, things are being we are taking steps in that direction. So, but I will not to discuss the substance or maybe otherwise invite in this platform for now. But I may discuss that later because of time.
Yeah, thank you very much. And before I let you go, is there anything that he has told you to tell everyone watching and people, maybe siblings? Obviously, he's cut off with everybody,
sure.
unless you come, because there is no telephone unless somebody visits him. But now you've visited him and you've told the world that he's in good health. You've told the world as well now that aside these technicalities, that everything is normal. Is there any other thing, any information that you might wish to use the opportunity before I let you go, tell the world of his status now?
Well, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in strong spirit, and he's not in any manner shaken. He's still strong. He's strong in his convictions, still remain firm in his belief. So he asked me specifically to tell people, to at least thank people for the overwhelming support, his millions of fans, and also solidarity shown so far, because we discussed about solidarity of people. So he said that he's eternally grateful to them, and that you continue to pray for him, so that this too will come to pass. Because I know he has not committed any offense unto law, to deserving of what his travel is passing through now. So still, I should extend his heartfelt gratitude to people, to his supporters, so millions of fans who are daily praying for him and who are clamoring for his release. So, and they should remain resolute and consistent in that request. Thank you so much, and remain blessed.
Thank you very much, Barrister Ejiofor. That's a very fine place to leave it. And everyone, thank you very much for joining us in this brief conversation. It's now about 14:53 here in Nigeria. And I will say thank you once more for your time. And as you go on Monday, again, send our regards to him and send regards to your team. And we say thank you once more for being part of this broadcast this afternoon.
Wonderful people, thank you so much for watching this video together with me. I appreciate your massive support in this channel. Before, if it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are welcome. Now that we have finished watching this video together, you saw me sitting there watching it together with you. I appreciate you. Let's go to the comment section to talk about it. If it is your first time, subscribe, put on your notification bell. That notification bell is very, very important because